Hello everyone, how are you? Okay, so let's start today's session. Our session is on PTE. Now, before starting, let me tell you that what PTE is. So it is Pearson Test of English. The exam is for those who want to study in an English speaking country or who want to settle down there. Okay. Another point is yes, we have both the type of PT, that is academics and general. General is for PR purpose, and academic is for the people who want to go to study. So if I talk about the exam pattern, there are four modules, that is listening, reading, writing, and speaking. And we have computerized exam for this PT. So the whole exam will be on computer. That too of the duration of the exam is for 2 hours. Number one. Another point is that they said that you will going to get the result in 5 working days, but usually it take only 12 hours to get the result. So this is the positive side of this exam. Without wasting time, let's start with today's topic, that is PTE speaking. So, number one is that first type of question we will going to see in speaking is read aloud. So, what is read aloud? There will be a paragraph consists of 3 to 4 lines or sometimes approximately 60 words will displayed on the screen, and you have to read it accordingly. So what is the purpose of this type of question is that they will going to check your fluency, how fluent you are and how good you are at communicating in this language, especially on the basis of pronunciation. After that, a quick tip for this is that if you want to get good scores in this type of question, it's better for you to start reading some novels or start reading some articles so that you can find some good vocabulary and you can pronounce it in a nice way. Number two, another type of question is repeat sentence. So repeat sentences basically they will going to speak a sentence. For example, the lecture is on Tuesday, and you have to repeat the same sentence in the same order in order to get good score. So for this we have prompt recording. You will not going to get any extra time or any seconds to repeat the sentence. So the tips for this is that you should not mimic the speaker. Note it down that you have to be natural. The natural accent you have to pick because PTE know that this exam is given by those only who are not English speakers. So it is better to be natural. Another point is try to understand the meaning in order to keep it in your mind or in order to repeat it. And the third is start visualizing the situation. If you visualize it, it will automatically be in your mind and you can easily make a sentence of it. Before moving further, I really want to add one point is that in PT we have partial checking. For example, listening, reading, writing, and speaking, they are all interconnected. For example, in speaking, in retail lecture, if you are doing very good in this retail lecture, you will automatically going to get score in listening as well as in speaking. Simultaneously, in reading, there is a one type of question that is read and write the word. So in this type, if you are not doing good or any of the answer is wrong in your reading, you will going to get less score in writing as well. So we have to be very particular about it. Coming back to the speaking, the next type of question is describe image. An interesting type of question according to me. So in this type of question, an image will be there in front of your eyes on the screen. It will be a bar graph, a pie chart, a table, a map, or any scenic view. So after that, you will going to get 30 to 40 seconds to prepare and then you have to speak it. So in this type of question, templates are really crucial. Now, what you have to speak now, just keep it in your mind that once you start ending this question, the concluding line should be there. So the concluding line will be overall the image is very interesting and give some crucial factors. Now, let me give you an example. For example, a bar graph is there in front of my eyes and it shows the consumption of potatoes in different countries and in different years. So I can start it with that the image in front of me is really interesting as it shows some unique information about the consumption of potatoes in different countries. If I scrutinize the image more closely, I can see that the consumption of potato in 2005 is highest, which faced the downfall in 2008, and so on. Secondly, try not to give the figures in this type of question, because if you start giving the figures, you may lack in your fluency. Or if you want to give, so make sure that you jot down all the figures that you want to speak, so that while speaking, you may not get distracted. Next, I hope it is clear till now. So the next type of question is retell lecture. Now, retell lecture, as I told you earlier, that the scores will be counted in speaking as well as in listening. So it is a really important question. Next for type is the next point in this is that again you have to use some templates. In written lecture, you will going to get 2 or 3 lines that the narrator will speak, and you have to use good templates. As I used in describe image, there are different templates that we have to use in written lecture, and you have to give deliver the lecture in same manner. So again, the point is that uh, again your fluency and your pronunciation they want to check. Third point is that while listening, it is better to note down the keywords. For example, the lecture is on ebooks. What are the advantages and disadvantages of ebooks? So you can note it down the one keyword that okay, this is the advantage and this is the disadvantage. And after that, you have to put all the keywords in the template, and then you have to speak. It's better to use connectors in this type of question to avoid any pauses, because again I said that fluency is something which is really important. The next and the easiest type of question is uh, answer short questions. So according to me, these are the free score which a student can get, because they will going to ask you a simple question and you have to answer. And sometimes they even give you the option. For example, they said that if you want to buy flowers, where you will go, to a florist or to the supermarket? So the answer will be a florist. So this is how you have to proceed. There will be 10 to 12 type of question in this type of question, that is answering short the short answer. Now you have to be very careful while listening. You cannot jot down all the things. You can the only point in this type of question is that you have to concentrate while listening. Do not overthink, because what actually happens, whatever answer comes first in your mind, that is the answer. So do not overthink. I hope it is clear. Before moving to the questions, I want to give you the quick tips for PTE speaking. Number one is that whenever you're speaking, if you take a pause that is more than 3 seconds, the recording will stop automatically, and you have to switch to the another question. So make sure that the pause should not be more than 3 seconds. Next point is that vocabulary is really important. If you are listening, if you are writing, if you are reading, or if you are speaking, your vocabulary actually carry good scores. So make sure that you have to brush up your vocabulary by reading books, by reading articles, or by reading podcasts. Another point is start listening in English. If you are listening a song, if you want to see the web series that is on Netflix or Amazon, start watching native English movies. That will definitely going to help you. And yes, you have to start listening to the podcasts as well. They are all actually really important. Make sure that your pace should be moderate. You should not speak more, or you should not speak very high or not so low. You have to be natural. You cannot follow or mimic the speaker. The accent should be of yours, because the more natural you will, the more good scores you will get. Another is learn templates by heart, because templates are something which are really crucial. And the next and the foremost point is the pronunciation. Your pronunciation should be perfect. I hope this is clear to you. Now, moving towards the question and answers. So, if you guys have any question, you can ask me. I will definitely going to answer. So, a question asked is that accent is required for PTE. You have to be natural. There is not any particular accent that you have to be follow, because as I told you, the PTE also knows that you are not a native English speaker, so your accent doesn't matter. But yes, your pronunciation should be perfect. Then, how long do you have to speak? It doesn't depend how long you have to speak, but your pronunciation and your fluency should be perfect. There should not be any problem in that. And yes, the concluding line should be there. Who can give the PTE? The the person who wants to live in the country, native English, the country which the first language is English, or who want to study there. Okay, I hope this is clear. Or any other question if you have, you can ask me. I am here for next 2 minutes now. Any question? Make sure that you have to do a lot of practice of PTE. Don't think that this is the easiest exam. Yes, no doubt this is easy as compared to IELTS, but again, practice is important and vocabulary plays a crucial role in this type of question, this type of exam. Sorry. And yes, accent should be perfect. You have to start listening different type of accents like Australian accent or British accent, because in retail lecture on and repeat sentences a lot of questions will be there, and you have to answer all of them. Okay, so any question if you have, you can ask me. Yes, so there is a question. Yes, PTE is valid in Canada. Any other question if you have, you can ask me. Okay, so I think no more questions. Okay, thank you so much.